Hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. We are on part 3 of the Taconic Trail. Hope you guys watched and enjoyed part 1 and 2. Let me know what you think in the comments. And let's get started. So this video here, I'm going to talk about something that was kind of brought to my attention. I haven't received any topics to talk about, so I'm kind of just going to rattle one off the top of my head. My buddy talked to me the other day, who's also a Vermonter, told me that the facts that I had mentioned in a previous video about the billboards, he didn't know. He's 26 years old and he lived in Vermont all of his life, so you know, hearing that fact about Vermont he thought was pretty interesting. So I'm gonna share another one, and this one is kind of a little bit of a history lesson for anybody who doesn't like history. Feel free to suck it up. Just kidding. Anyways, let's get started. In southern Vermont, there's a town called Bennington. In Bennington, Vermont, there's a monument. The monument is a historic landmark. Actually, I believe you'll see it in next video. Anyways, at the Bennington Monument, there are two statues. One of Brigadier General John Stark and one of Colonel Seth Warner. They were the two men that led the Americans to victory at the Battle of Bennington. The Battle of Bennington was a small battle that lasted about a day during the American Revolutionary War. The battle took place on August 16th, 1777, and that was against the British-German forces. The leader of the British and German forces was General John Burgoyne. He had led his men down from Canada, down along Lake Champlain, and into Albany, New York. During the trip, he captured many American forts, but also, while doing that, used up a lot of his supplies. He had settled in Albany, planning to attack Manchester, which is about a half hour north of Bennington, and he was going to attack Manchester to replenish his supplies that he had used up during his travels. He found out that Bennington was a smaller town, and we had some supply depots, like where the Bennington Monument is now. There's the what do they call that? The visitors or something like that. The visitor spot at the Bennington Monument that actually used to be the arms depot. Anyways, so when he found that out, he had sent two separate units, roughly totaling about 700 men, to retrieve the supplies from Bennington. General John Stark was aware that he was doing this, and him and approximately 2,000 men decided to cut them off instead of sit and wait for them to show up. The choice that he made to do that resulted in actually having the Battle of Bennington take place near the Walloomsac Heights in New York. This is where the first unit of the European soldiers had set up camp to wait out the rain. So when General John Stark kind of encountered them, he ordered his men to flank and surround the resting forces, while he was going to attack from the front. They won. They beat the first unit, but there was kind of a surprise that the second unit was still moving, and while they were, you know, taking care of all their wounded and stuff like that, the second unit had attacked, and that's when they started losing. The Americans, General John Stark, started losing the battle. Shortly after that, though, the Green Mountain Boys showed up. There's about 350 more men that were part of the Green Mountain Boys, and they were led by Colonel Seth Warner. Green Mountain Boys was just a bunch of untrained farmers that took arms to protect their land. Thanks to the help of the Green Mountain Boys, the Americans won that battle and beat Europe's best trained soldiers. With General John Burgoyne's supply that was already low, and now he was short another 700 soldiers after they were either killed, wounded, or captured. General John Burgoyne and about 8,000 men surrendered in that later October. That was a very large victory for the Americans in the war overall. Bennington, Vermont now celebrates August 16th as Bennington Battle Day. The weekend of Bennington Battle Day, they celebrate with a parade. It goes down Main Street in Bennington. It's a pretty big turnout, I guess. Anyways, that's the story. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to play some music for the rest of this video, and I'll talk to you in a minute. Alright, well that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you guys next week. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, feel free to leave a comment, and if you like this video, you should check out our other ones. See you soon, and have a good one.